Hello everyone, my name's Leanne and this is a full moon reading for March the 9th, 2020. I tend to normally do these full moon readings or new moon readings on Instagram, but I have decided to move them over to YouTube, and I will also post your March reading, which I did on Instagram. So I've kind of reversed it this time, which is strange. So I normally do the moon readings on Instagram and the monthly readings on here. So what I've done is I've done the March reading on Instagram, get my words out, and I'm gonna just share it to YouTube after this video. And then I will let the people know on Instagram that I've done the moon reading on here. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, it just kind of worked out that way this time. I don't know why. It's obviously meant to be. But yeah, so this is the full moon reading for Monday, March the 9th. This will carry through to the next full moon, which is the 8th of April, I believe. And so it's just going to give you an insight into the energies and what may or may not be coming up for you. May not be coming up for you, that's weird. Don't know why I said that. I think there seems to be this thing in my mind about, messages not really being fully received or not resonating with certain people. So I just want to clear that up, because Spirit's kind of given me that to say, you've just said may not resonate. You're not trusting in that. So what I want to say about that is, if the messages don't resonate, don't take that as something that just isn't for you and then just leave the video. Take it as if it may not resonate at the moment. You've got like from now until the 8th of April, and I feel to tell you that these messages may resonate sort of closer to the end. They may resonate at any point in that period. So if they don't though, I do also feel to tell you to check out my other videos, because there's a reason why you've been drawn to this video, to tell you to check out another video that you may be drawn to. So I've just been guided to say that. Strangely, like, these things come through like really randomly sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to stop going on, and I'm just going to get on with the reading, because I know that some people don't like that. So what we'll do is we'll go through each card, and I'll just say what the energy is that's coming up. And yeah, if at any point you feel like you like a certain message, then click the like button. Obviously at the end of the video, if you like the whole reading, then like that, and feel free to subscribe for any future videos. And feel free to comment. The comment section is right down the bottom. Don't know why they do that, but feel free to comment anything that comes up for you. Yeah, anything you want to say. And thank you again for tuning in. So the first card we've got is Nothing is Yet Set in Stone, Mutable Moon. So what came up for me in this is kind of like a stagnant mindset. So a mindset that nothing's going to change, that I can't change something, I can't change the way I am, or I can't change this situation. That's the things that are coming up. So people are kind of not believing that things can change, and you have to remember that everything changes, in life. Jobs change, relationships change, the way you feel changes from one moment to the next. Your confidence can change. There's something coming through about confidence. I don't know if someone's kind of thinking, well, I'm not a confident person, so I'm never going to be able to do this. I want you to know that confidence changes and grows as we go through things in life, as we learn things about ourselves, as we as relationships change, as things in our lives change. If we get into a new relationship, that person can bring us more confidence. If we start a new job, we can learn new skills, and those things can bring more confidence. So don't think that that's something that's just gonna stay the same, because it won't. Also, yeah, it's something about believing in your own abilities. So it's like, I don't believe I can do this because I'm this certain person. but you're not just this certain person. There's so many aspects of you that maybe haven't come to the surface yet, and again, you know, they probably will at some point, because you know, as you go through life, you change as a person. So you know, I never used to be able to present these videos. Like, I would never come on camera, you know, but life circumstances have made me more confident and more kind of in tune with myself, so I'm able to do this now and feel okay to do it. You know, before I was always like, I can never do that, I'm not confident enough, I'm not clued up enough, or you know, whatever it was that was coming up for me. That has changed. So if anything, this is reassurance for you that things are going to change, that you don't need to believe in those stories that your mind tells you. Okay, so the next card is show the world the real you. And again, you know, this is about you being like showing the world the different parts of you. There's probably many different parts of you that you haven't shown to people. I mean, you know, I'm going to give an example. I knew someone once who, like, for many years, and I never knew that they could sing. You know, and it might have been that I just like didn't pay attention, but it could also be that they just never shown that side of them, you know. And this could be the same for you. So you could have like a hidden talent, a hidden skill, a hidden hobby or interest that you're really good at, a hidden ability, like you might be really good at spelling, for instance. I don't know, I'm just plucking at straws here. But you may have these things that you hide, that you don't think that people are actually going to be interested in, but they are, you know. And if anything, it brings more colour to you, it brings more variety to you, and it makes you more you. Now there is a card in here, oh no, it's this one, I think. Yeah. I was looking earlier and I thought there was another card actually that said something about, you know, being true to yourself or being you, but it is just this one, I think. Show the world the real you. So it's about showing the different aspect, all the different aspects of yourself, and don't hide them with the belief that someone's just not going to be interested, because they will, you know. And you will feel so much better and so much happier that you can show this part of you that you like. I'm hearing it's a part of you that you like, but you don't like it enough to show it. So whether that resonates with someone, you know, pop your comments below if there's anything that you feel you want to share, that you have, like a talent you have, or skill you have, or something that you are worried about showing people. But this is to say to not worry. Okay, there are going to be loads of people out there who are going to be really surprised. They're going to say, Joe, I didn't know you could do that, and that's amazing. So give yourself permission to do that, to show people the real you. Okay, the next card is believe in the impossible. So this kind of goes with that message that I just said, actually. It's like, you might be thinking, actually it goes with the first two cards. So you might be thinking that it's impossible for things to change. It's impossible for people to actually be interested in me. Like, it's impossible for me to do this. Like, whether you are thinking of changing something, you know, trying something new, but you're like, no, it's impossible. I've just been shown my work, you know, my day job, and there are times when I feel like it's impossible for me to leave. And so that's just an example. It's like, you know, you're feeling like there's no way that this can change. But there is light, like there is a lot of light in this card, and I feel like it may not be this full moon cycle, this full moon period where you do actually, you know, change those things, but you'll start to get insights. I feel like you'll start to get a different mindset, a different perspective over the negative thought, you know, with the negative thoughts that have been coming up for you. So you'll start to think of it differently. You'll start to think of different avenues or different ideas, and you'll start to see things that will give you hope, I feel, and faith that things can change, that there is a possibility. So you'll start to see possibilities, I feel. So but be patient with yourself, I'm hearing. So be patient with it, because things don't change overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. The things that we really, really want in life, they tend to be really big things that we stress about the most. And unfortunately, big things don't take, a day to build. As I say, I've just been showing my cathedral in my city in my head, and so the cathedral in my city is absolutely beautiful, and every time I see it I'm like, wow, I can't believe someone built that, and I was just thinking, like, the design of it, and the time it must have taken to build that. And you think that the effort, the vision, that people had to start with, all of the time it took, but it's created this amazing thing. But it didn't take a day. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take, you have to understand that these things do take time. But it starts with a vision. That cathedral would have started as a thought for someone. It would have started as a vision. They would have seen it, they would have drawn it out probably, and designed every part of it, and took their time and really thought about it in detail before it even started, before they started the foundations. So you're in this stage at the moment where I feel like you're going to start getting visions, or you're going to start getting ideas and little just little bits of inspiration to start you off on your vision of what you want. But yeah, do be patient with yourself. Okay. Wow, I didn't even notice this. Hold the vision. I love it when it happens. Okay, so I do like have a brief check over the cards beforehand, but I didn't even twig, that this said that. Okay, so hold the vision. So once you've got those ideas, once you've got those little bits of inspiration, write them down, and then start to get an idea of what that vision is, really picture that. Just recently I have done a reading for someone, and I mentioned about writing down not only what you want to see and what you want to what you want visually or physically, but to think about how you want to feel as well. So when you are getting an idea of, a new partner that you want, a new job that you want, if you're putting together a project and you want it to look a certain way, have a think about how you want to feel when you're with that person, when you're in this job, when you are doing this project, when you're running a business, whatever it is. Have a think about how you want to feel and write that down. Do you want to feel excited? Do you want to feel happy? Do you want to have a laugh? And do you want to feel passionate? Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel relaxed? Do you know what I mean? Like all of those feelings, and really write them down and then feel into them. But this does say to hold that vision as well. So, get that vision, get the whole picture. Don't just get the vision of how you want it to look, but also imagine yourself being in that vision and feeling what you want to feel as well. Okay. That was quite a short message, but it was very to the point, I feel. Now, this one is, so the last one, there's only 5 cards actually, it's quite a short reading. So you'll be pleased to know that, because all my videos tend to be like half an hour. So the last one is balance, spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces now it's ended on a full moon, so this definitely shows me that this is going to take us through to the next full moon on the 8th of April. Okay, so this is balance, spirituality and practicality. Sometimes we can get so caught up in our dreams, in our visions. So this goes with those believing in impossible and visions. It is kind of, yes, you do need that spiritual side. You do need to believe that something's going to happen, that life is going to work out for you, that you are going to have that vision, you are going to create that vision that you've got in your mind, and it's going to come to you. But that's believing in something that you can't see, which to me indicates spiritual side, spirituality. But we do need to have an element of being grounded, of being on this earth, of getting on with life, of reality, you know. So practicality shows me that it's the logical, practical reality side of, you know, of life. And yes, we do have to get on with life, and we do have to carry on with our lives, you know, carry on with our day-to-day living, our jobs, our relationships, our friendships, our, you know, however we're feeling, we still have to get on with that. And it can be frustrating, you know, it can be really frustrating to have to go to a job that you don't like every day, you know, when you've got this, trust me, I know all about this, when you've got a dream and a vision of what you want and you really just want to be doing that right now. And it can be really frustrating to have to do that, you know, and to be like every day going, oh God, I've still got to do this, you know. But this is to say you have to have that balance. You have to have that stability. There's something about creating heaven on earth coming through. And that seems like a big message just lately in the personal development and spiritual community. So I always tend to talk about what's going on in the spiritual community, because it's almost like we live in two separate worlds in a way. Because if you don't have kind of friends who believe in all of this stuff, and you can't bounce those ideas off people, you won't, I suppose, understand just understand that it's okay, understand that these things are actually going on, you know, in a grander scale, like these things are happening, you know, a lot of people are going through the same thing and they probably don't talk about it, so you probably won't know. But I've got a group of people who are into the same things, and they tend to be talking about the same things that are happening for them. So one example is, you know, I feel like I'm kind of away with the fairies quite a lot and in the spiritual stuff all the time, and then I'm getting a bit I'm having dizzy spells, I'm not feeling very sort of balanced, I'm not sleeping very well, and all I need to do is just kind of go out, and I need to, you know, be in nature, or I need to be around people who can bring me back down to earth and show me the reality of life, and just get on with my day-to-day living, because it will balance me out, because I won't feel so kind of I guess unbalanced and frustrated with the fact that I have to do life, you know. I hope this makes sense. I know, like, sometimes, you know, I am in a world of my own, and it sometimes can't make sense, and it doesn't make sense to some people. But if not, pop it down in the comments, and I will reply with something that's you know, more clear, I guess. There is something about being clear, actually. There's so this colour here is about communication, and we have just come out of something called Mercury retrograde. Now, this is a typical thing that happens during Mercury retrograde. That's so typical. Communication is not clear, okay. So Mercury retrograde, I still can't say it, oh my god, wow, proving the point. Mercury retrograde, I'll get there in the end, is when there's a certain planet that is spinning in the opposite direction, and it can have an effect on our planet, and it can have an effect on communication, technology, you know, all these things that have kind of that are in our world that, you know, can be affected by energy, basically. So if you've noticed that you haven't been able to clearly speak to people as well, you've been having sort of more arguments, disagreements, you know, not really understanding each other, if you've been having technology issues, you know, with your computers, with your phones, things like that. Obviously, you know, it's not always going to be about this, but it is heightened around this time. But Mercury retrograde has just finished, so we are on the tail end of it. So you'll start to see that communication will start to clear up. And now this is a really good time, when that does clear up, to make sure that you have those important conversations with people. So you can see that I'm now speaking more clearly. Yeah, so it's time to get back to the reality, but also, yeah, to be in your world more. So that can also mean be with those people that are in your world more. So as I say, like, you need to be grounded. You need to be around those people who are more grounded as well, more calm, more peaceful, and to have those clear those clear conversations with people around this time. That will cut it all out in the end. But I love it because that just explains it perfectly, you know, it shows it. So yeah, that is the full moon reading from Monday the 9th of March until the 8th of April. That's when the next full moon is. And full moons are also about letting go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. If you've been having any negative emotions, any anything negative in your life that you want to kind of let go, then it's a really good time to do that. If you want to know any sort of rituals, anything like that you can try, then do reach out to me, pop comment down below, or you can contact me on any of my links in the description. So that's a full moon reading. It still went over 20 minutes, but never mind. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.